Going live. There we go. We're live, we're live, we're live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the C++ Game Club, Day 5. There we go. And the chat has been enlarged, so I'm on Windows 10. Ooh, am I risking it? Oh yes, I'm risking it. I've decided that it's worth a chance. So I've managed to work out how to enlarge my chat, and here I am. So what do we got today? No idea. Let's pop you up and get rid of the keyboard. There we go. That means I can get rid of the mouse as well, doesn't it? There we go. Oh, and there goes the obligatory bell off my phone telling me that I've now gone live. Thank you, phone. So, where are we? We are here. On day 5. And I have fixed the windows. So, Windows fix, which is helpful actually. Today we need to move towards better communications. Communications, what are they? Right. So let's upgrade our server. Client. Communications. What else do we need to look at? I need a bit more of a slope on that. There we go. And we need to move towards, let's say, movement. Our game is a little bit static at the moment. So that's really our goal. We want to get ourselves into a position where we could potentially move the character around the screen, which shouldn't be that hard to do. I think those are good basics for the day. I am slightly wobbly, by the way. It is my birthday, and I've just taken a break from celebrations to pop on and do this. So, if I don't make sense at some point or I start blah, 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 don't worry about it. I might have had a tipple. But the coffee's good. Yeah, the coffee's good. It's real good. Now, onwards and upwards. Windows fix, and then we need this communications doing. So let's see what we've got now. Windows fix isn't too hard. I've already done it. Let's have a look. So, get rid of that. Let's go for the Windows fix. Starts in the server. And source. Application header file. It's not there. Oh, okay. Great. Because I'm in the server. Right, okay. La 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 la. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, big application we've got going there. Not. SDK's up at the top today. Okay. Fine. Here we go. And what have I done here. If my throat will start working. Right, line 38 down here is what I've done. And all I've done is updated it. Oh no, it isn't, it's line 39, sorry. Send data, I've updated this part here. It now takes in a string. So I've added strings, and we're taking in a string now. Because it's C++, it's easy to work with. Oh dear. I'm coughing all over the place. That's great. That's a good start, isn't it? So when we come to use our string, we first of all convert it into C style, a const char star temporary, and then we just count through each one using a for loop for the length of the string, which we pass in as well, and we just copy whatever we have into the data packet, which is to go out. And that's a little bit better than what we had before. It results in us having a better programming experience at the other end as well, because now we're sending through strings instead of what we're doing before. Some uint 8. God knows. Now it means that we can go into the client and actually do what we want to, which is that. So we can just make a string, hello, and send it. And it's made that an awful lot easier, which is good. That doesn't belong here anymore. We can cut that one. That belongs here. So we can put that in the right place now. We know it's working. We're not testing anymore. So that's that done. Yeah, we can get rid of all of this. We can bring you out of test mode like that. And let's send the correct message now. Well, let's make sure it works first of all. Okay, so let's save that. Make sure everything's working before we continue. So collapse everything. Let's get a server up and a running. There it goes, building away. We're on Windows. We'll go for it. And there we go. We have a server up and happy. So that's a start. Now let's just pop that a bit further across. Let's get the other part going. So client, and now it should work. Don't you dare call me a liar. There we go. And it's working. So there we go. We've got it saying hello, and here we've got it receiving hello. So we know communications are working. We've got no problems now with communications. That's good. We now need to do something constructive with that instead of just sending messages like hello. Let's get rid of you. You can see there's a problem here as well. This machine's too fast is the answer. It's too fast to print it out. Can't print it out quick enough. Is the problem there? Just close that, can't I? Yeah. Okay. Lovely. So we've got everything working. Well, that's a good start at least. So let's go back to our client and start thinking about sending something meaningful. And the way we can do that is, let's try logging on, for instance. I think that might be. UDP doesn't have a log-on system, but we are going to use a pretend log-on system, I think, is the best way of putting that. So instead of sending hello, we need to send something that's more sensible. a number, a magic number. Let's have our magic number equal to 5. Shall we pick 5? Like that. What that will do is let the server know of our existence. So that's what we're going to pass through there. That becomes a 1. So this I'm just going to call the magic log on number. So that's just to let the server know we're there. Right, that's okay. So we can do that. Once we've done that, it means that we can start sending information through and talking to the server, because we need to receive something back. And we need to receive it back really before we go into the while loop. But is that true? No, it isn't. We can receive it back inside. So, checking input will be polling the keyboard, creating a text message to display as a texture, create a character called Bob. Yeah, he goes on, and then we destroy. Yeah, okay. Text texture. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Right, I'm up to date again. You can tell the weekend's gone past, can't you? I'm having to read it quickly. Alright. So here, we want to send our game state to the server. Okay. Now, we've already got a server up and running, which is MUDPnet. So we can just send data as we wish. So we'll just do some kind of message, and we'll send that. So you do std. Oh god, my fingers are not going to cooperate at all. Great. String, and we'll call this a message. And that's going to be equal to whatever information we've got plus a header. So we'll need a header for this, and we'll call this one number 2. And this one has to include our unique ID. So that's going to be might be a space there. Plus unique, so UUID for us, plus game state, like that. Yeah. Right, we don't have a UUID, but that, I guess, is going to be an int. So let's have one of those. So I'm just putting these separate, UUID, and that's going to equal 0 to start off with. Game state will be no, darn it. I want an std : string UUID equals, and it's 0 space. Space is going to be important later on. That's better. And we'll need a game state as well, so that's another string. Standard string. And that's game state. Like that. Equals, well, a space for now. There we go. And that's what we've got. What's sprintf message, delta time? Ah, right, I've duplicated, have I? Right, okay. So it's going to be state message. I guess that'll do. Lovely. And then we just send it. And we are going to send, doing it exactly the same way as we did before, which is mudpnet send data. So m_udpnet send data. And that now needs a string, which is going to be our state message. I need a capital M in there because it doesn't make sense otherwise. And what do we need next? We need the length. Int length. So it's a static cast, isn't it? So it's a static cast to int. And that will be state message length. Length, please. Yeah, it does. It returns the size t. I thought so. There we go. That's that bit done. And the last bit it wants is the IP address. Now, what have we done with our IP address? I bet we haven't even saved it, have we? Because I was hovering around on that one last time. Oh, we have. Oh, that's cool. So that's made that easier. m_IP address. There we go. And that's all it needs. So that's how we would send it. We also need to receive data. And for that, we are going to have to alter the way we receive things. So at the moment, what we have is m_, oh, sorry, no. Receive and update our game. Receive data from server. Yeah. This is where it all gets complicated. Server and update our game, yeah. Okay, so for that it's going to be m_udp. And that's just going to be receive data at the moment, which is a void. That's going to have to change. I don't think it wants anything, does it? No. There we go. So that's what we've got currently, which isn't really overly helpful to us. Firstly, we've got a problem. We are sending our logon message here, number 5, saying, can we log on? And we'll be receiving our identity or our UUID from the server here. And we're already trying to send data out, but we haven't got a UUID. Yeah. That's gonna be a problem. So let's see how we can deal with that. First of all, under MMO, well, we're going to have to go to the SDK first, aren't we, and start updating that so that we can do what we need to do. Because now we want our state message to equal that. We can reuse our state message here. So once we've sent it out, it's no good to us. Once we receive it, we can receive it as a new one. Yeah, okay, so we're done here. That's all done. Over here, though, under network, as you can see, this is gonna be no good to us now. But we now have string, so we can put an std string here for receive data. So we can now receive an std string. That should be okay. Shouldn't take too much to do work with that. So here, receive data. We'll tell it we want a string. Receive. Yeah. Like that. That makes it happy. And all we have to do here is, what is our buffer? It's a char star, isn't it? Can't I just make that into a string? mbuffer. Okay. That's interesting. Well, yeah. I'm going to do it. There you go. It's now a string. This shouldn't be a problem. mbuffer count equals that, yeah. We have the length, don't we? Yes, we do. So there you go, receive that. Return mbuffer. Yeah. We need to set it though. We need to clean it up here. Underscore buffer equals -1. Okay. That'll do. It's a string, it can equal anything we want it to equal, and we'll deal with numbers for now. And all we have to do now is return it. Yeah, that'll do. There we go. Sorted. Okay, so we seem to be getting some communications together now. We can send data and we can get data back. That's a little bit better. It's not how I want to do things, but it's a little bit better than it was. We now have a way of communicating. So let's just terminal. Run build task on the SDK. See if that comes up with a problem. Here we go. Yes, it does, you're right. Thank you. I will alter that. And here, dot C underscore str, like that. Okay. Is that done? Yeah, it's just saying it twice. Well, thanks, but yeah. Alrighty. We should be able to do that now. Run build task. Yay! We have an SDK with the correct information in it. Lovely. That's all done there. We do have a world, don't we? Unsigned int. No. Hash include string. And that is now a string. We've decided. And I also want a bool. And I'm going to call it is ready equals -1. No, you can't. That's a bool. 0 or 1. 0. That's false, isn't it? No, just call it false. Doesn't matter. Is ready equals false. Right. Okay. We are now going to introduce into our game Bob. He's going to be coming from here. So Bob is going to be our user. Alrighty. That's all done. It's a header file. Do I need to run it? No, not really, but I'll do it anyway. No, it doesn't care that I've altered a header file. That's okay. So, back in the client. How's Bob doing? Let's make a Bob. Source application. We'll make a Bob. So we'll have hash include MMO SDK. Oh, it's recognized it. Good. Whoops. World and user. There we go. We've already got mbob, so I'll call this user, I guess. So it's going to be our... Actually, what I'll do is I'll keep it here. MMO SDK. We now have a user, and we'll just call that m_user. How much data will we have inside of user? It's a star anyway. It's a pointer. Because I want to put our user equal to a new user on CPP. So up at the top, I'll put a comma, and it's m_user, open brackets, equals a new MMO SDK user, blah blah, whatever, yeah. Right, so we now have a user. So we have literally everything that we need now. So, receive data. We want to receive our logon ID. So, if the very first item in our... Oh gosh, we haven't even received it yet. State message. We'll reuse it. I hope we can reuse it successfully without too much going completely all over the place. Operand types are string equals void. No, we've updated it, haven't we? Oh, it doesn't know. Okay. No, it just hasn't caught up with us. That's fine. So it can shout at me and call me an error, right? So if state message 0 is equal to well, it'd be 5, won't it? 5 is what we're using. Yeah, 5. Then we want to record some stuff. So we can actually take bits and pieces out of the message now. At this point, we need a split string. Oh god, I knew we were going to need a split string. And we don't have one in C++. How's my coffee doing? So where have I put my split string? We have source application. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Yeah. New folder. Core. And we're going to need to place some files in there. Where are the files? They'll be on here, I think. I've got a message on Discord. Oh, right. Oh, it's somebody wishing me a happy birthday. I hope you got that mankini you wished for. Cheers, Sil. Nice one. I'll put a cheers dude in there. Oh, nice one. Ah, dear, bless. My phone blinked, but I didn't get a message. Oh, right, okay, fair enough. It looks like the computer's behind the phone. Interesting. Well, let's see what we can do here. We can put another equals sign in for starters. Can you not do that? Types are incompatible, char and const, char star. Okay. Try that. There we go. Just a character instead. Alright. So if the message is 5, we need a split string. And we have one. Or I believe we have one. From previous projects. Let's have a look. See what we've got in previous projects. Could be in repos. But no, it'll be under workspace. I think it was in here, wasn't it? File handlers. Display. GLSL. Yeah, it's just a standard display functionalities. Renderers. Oh, got lots of stuff in here. Cameras and Atlas, which we never got around to. Which is a shame. That's no good. Source, did I have any? Oh, that was the dice I was messing around with. Okay, so not in there. Ready. Module 1 might. Here we go, amber string. Size T split. Stored at the given vector address to print. 2 on a string given, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Let's see what it actually does. Okay. Split stores. Yep. It's not doing any prints, is it? Pushback. Alright, that's correct. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I've left myself some good notes in here. But I can use this. Alrighty. I will take you and you. We'll copy. And can't paste. Okay. I mean, actually I could put them in the SDK. Because both sides will have to use it. So, yeah. Okay. What have we got in here? New folder. Core. Open. Pop those in. So I'll have to show you these now. Here we go. So that's in core now. So we've now got a new core with this. Let's get this on stream. We'll make it part of here. So let's pop you in. There we go. So we have IO stream, vector, string, and algorithm. Algorithm allows me to juggle things around. For on-text vector dump, which just prints stuff out. That just dumps out vector of strings. Okay. This takes in a vector of strings. Right, okay. That's alright. Alright, okay, that's fine. We've got to make sure, though, that we have spaces. So let's just show you the other parts of this. Right, when we're splitting, because there's two functions here, there's this, it just prints out to wherever you ask it to, the output stream. So that's usually cout. Here, this is a string splitter. So, the search character is usually a space. That's what I'll be using for splitting the string for our program. We store our results in here. We actually pass in a results vector so that we can store all of the data and we will have access to it without having to return it back through here, which just gives us a size t. The size t is for the size of that vector, how many items are in the vector, should I say. The line of text to be split down, and that's it. So it tells us where we are, well, initial position, where we are up to along the line of text. Empties a vector of all current contents. That's on the split store side, so that we don't get corrupted by things being left in memory. Initial position. Find search character gives a position of the next found search character, or space in our case. checks for the end of our text line. So while we're not at the end of the text line, we'll keep going through and splitting or saving out a new pushback each time into our vector, a copy of the bits between the initial position and the initial, position minus initial position. It's an awkward way. So it copies from this position and it copies this many bytes ahead. And that's your substring. Yes, that's correct. And then because we pull out early, checking for the end of our text line, we have to repeat that to get the last item into our pushback, basically. So we're missing an item because we come out one item too early on our while loop. So it goes into there, and then we just return the size, and everything's hunky-dory. So we're going to need vectors. Woohoo! Finally. That's going to be interesting. Actually, I'll just keep that up a second. Network test, release, git ignore, build. That's the one there. Okay. We have a new file. And it's MMO SDK / network, no, core, / and it's amber string. Yes, C++ doesn't have this. I know. Yep, that's okay. I didn't go through the other bit, did I? My apologies. MMO SDK. And it's core. And I haven't changed the namespace either. And it's just amber string. .h. I wonder if I'm supposed to have headers first before sources. I don't think it matters. Okie dokies, we'll just get rid of that. Yeah, I didn't look at how I'm doing that part, so let's just put that up for you. So the second the second function is text dump to the outstream, cout usually. If you provide this with a cout, it'll just dump to your cout all the items in the vector with the space put back in. Yeah, cute, I know. But that's all that does. It's nothing special. It's just a handy thing if you're testing stuff to have a printout application. So that's that done. And we now need to include it. Oh, still didn't do that. MMO SDK. And this time it's core. And amber string. There we go. Part of our SDK now. It's getting better, isn't it? It's growing. It's growing. That'll do. Better not forget to do that, because I think I've done it with the rest, haven't I? Yeah, I have. So, yeah, we're alright now. Excellent. Means we can use it properly. Okay, back in here. Meanwhile, back at the office, we've received the data, and we need to take the UUID out of there. We haven't got vectors like that. And that's a vector. Thank you. We'll have one of those. Well, I think we might need to set one up. Might be advisable. Yeah, because it's going to come in here, isn't it? Yeah, it'll be standard vector. Open the squiggly brackets, and then it'll be parts of a string, which I'll asterisk, and we'll just call it m underscore split result. I can't see why not. That makes sense to me, sort of. So I've got a new variable to play with. That's good news. So in here, what we can do is... comes as a size t, doesn't it? Yeah, well, ho-hum. Yes, because I want the second thing now. We can do this prior. Oh, I've just had a thought. We could really use this well. There's so many different ways we can apply this, it's really untrue. For vectors, can you just clear them or not? M underscore split result. What can we do with a vector? Clear. Yes, we can. So that's the first thing we should do. Clear the memory. Then we should have a size t num splits equals, and it's MMO SDK colon, and we don't have it because we haven't built it. Okay. That's all registered and ready to go, isn't it? Yeah. Hopefully I haven't made any mistakes in that. No, that looks okay. There's strings. Good. So we should just close the wrong thing. So we should have it in here. It'll be MMO SDK colon. No, it won't be. It won't be there yet. Try restart. See if it'll catch up with us. There we go. And I want split. And it wants our string that we've received, which is state message. Comma. It wants the vector m underscore split result, and then it just wants the search character, which is that. There we go. That should be right. What's wrong with this? Oh. Really? What did I make it? Oh. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Back to the client, source header. Can we take that off there? There we go. It's just a standard string. There we go. That'll calm it down a little bit. So we can split the string now. And that was the whole point of that. We need to be able to split it into pieces because I need piece 1, not bit 0. So now I can use split result 1. So if it equals a 5, then our user, so m underscore user, you're a dot or an asterisk? You are an asterisk. User UUID is going to be passed to us equals, and it will be m underscore split result 1. And m user is ready equals true, because we have now got a UUID. I'm just wondering, I think we should use m split 0 there. So copy, paste. We don't need to, can do it all with that. Now what? String to character. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So what we're doing now is we're checking for a logon. If a logon has been received from the server, in other words, it's agreed to allow us to be on the server, it will come into here and set us to online true or is ready true, and also give us our UUID so that we can use that every time we send here. Now our UUID has to equal that plus a space. We have to put the space back in. Just remembered. That might be helpful, because if we don't put the space in, we can't, on the server, split the message going down the other way by a space, because there won't be one. And my phone's ding-a-linging, telling me there's something going on. So, right, okay. Twitch. Oh, cheers. Let me just put that up. That's a shout out. Come here, you. It's Coder's Life. Shout out to you. Thank you for following me. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. It hasn't come up on my screen here, but thank you for that. Okay, let me just check the rest of the inbox. Pop that down there. There we go. Yeah, shout out to you, mate. Thanks. Let's have a look. So, we've been able to log on. What else do we need to be able to do is to store the fact that we've logged on. We've done that. Now we can start sending messages that mean something. Now our game state doesn't mean anything at the moment. Our game state, we'll put ourselves at 50-50, I think. Where have we put ourselves currently? That's his XY. So let's go down to 50-50 on here. So every time we send it, well, this is going to be a mess, isn't it? We're never going to get that because we haven't programmed it. But the idea is there. On our server, let's see if this will build first of all. Client. Warning. Use variable num splits. Oh, sorry, unused variable num splits, yeah. Well, that's fine. I'll just take it out for now. There we go. And that's taken that out. Will you stop doing that? It's trying to be helpful. I know it is. There we go. We're doing all right. Let's see what happens. So it's going to be a complete and utter mess. Okay, we do have to do the server now. We'll have to do something with the server because we might not exactly be doing things correctly. So let's just check, make sure that our server can run. Application, CPP, UDP, net, receive. Right, so we're just receiving, yeah, okay. We're not doing anything else. That's fine, it's just listening at the moment. We'll get away with that, I hope. Let's go, let's get the server going. See if we can crash the computer. It is Windows, so if it crashes, it'll crash. That's the problem with Windows. I'll just blip off and you'll know what's happened to me. I'll just disappear. Right, you're okay, are you? Yeah, you're okay. Let's see if the client crashes. Hoping it does. No. There we go. So, as before, that's what we're sending now, all the time, because we haven't got a reply. And here, we're not doing anything either, and we're just getting a kind of character there, which is not very good. Don't know why. Receive 20. And then, yes, I know why. Because I'm an idiot. Just close that. Have I reset my lengths anywhere? Probably not. Probably not. Let's go and quickly check that first of all. I think I might have made a mistake here in my network code. On receive data. There we go. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, it shouldn't do. mbuffer isn't being cleared. Oh no, it is. It's being cleared there. It's -1. Okay. I'm happy with that. Not happy that it's putting a squiggly line at the end. I should really have that. Oh no, it's SDL log, isn't it? I don't need that. Alright. I'm going to put that on there. So I want to know if it's SDL log that's doing it or whether it's %s doing it. You can never tell these days who's doing what. So there we are. So we know it's working. It's churning all this stuff out. So now we need to look on the server side and say, hey, we can reply to this instead of just ignoring everything. Server source application H. Can I just have a look at client H as well? This side, please. Source application H. There we go. Right, let's have a look. So we now have all of these different things. We have a user. So we can now, well, okay, I'm going to just save that lot there. Copy those over. What do we need from down here? I mean, we've got UDPnet and that's it. So for the user, we just need this bottom bit, don't we? We don't need the IP address, do we? Ooh. No, we don't. It depends, are we storing it? We should be doing. I'll take those two. Pop those in. Yep, that's okay. Standard string split result, we're going to need that probably to be able to break down and do our replies. So there we go. Yep. We're also going to need this string business, which we're not actually setting up in here. Okay, that's fine. Let's have a look. State message or just message will do us. So we can make this different. I'm trying to make these applications as close as possible so that I can continue using like the SDK to write the stuff, but the server has to act differently on this one. Get rid of that. Thank you. Right, so before we go in here, we are going to need a couple of things. We are now going to need results. So that will be a vector for results and a string to participate with. So I will call std string We do have string, don't we? Please tell me I'll just put it in. Yeah, just put it in. String, so yeah. Put the extra colon in, that'll help. And we'll just call it message, semicolon. And then we can have an std colon colon vector of standard string, and we're just going to name that split result. Okay. So we are receiving. We can now have a message equal to that. So we've only programmed it once, but now we can actually utilize it from the SDK. This is making our life a lot easier because obviously we're only putting the code in once into an SDK, and then we're utilizing that from two different programs. So once we've got our message, we can have our split results underscore MMOSDK, yep, colon split yeah, that's right. So it's message equals. I just had to remember where I put my message. Message equals that. And in here we'll have message, comma, and it's going to be split result, which I've done wrong. And I know I have. It's a local variable, not a member. Split result, comma, and the search character of a space. Okay, if, and its split result is equal to 5, our magic number that we're using, then we have to send a message back. I've got nothing up here. Oh my god, we haven't even set that up yet. Okay. Let's have an int num users. And we'll have an int of UUID. Because it only needs to be an int for us, really. Alright, so that's those two. Back in the application, we have now, me being daft. There you go, we do need actually two. So, it's just me thinking ahead doing that. So I'll stick that at 0, comma, UUID, wasn't it? There we go. We'll pop that to a 0 or a 1. I'll have 1, comma. I don't want to start it at 0. It doesn't actually matter what it is as long as it's something. You can start it at 10, whatever you want. Actually, yeah, we'll start it at 10. Why not? Well, it's just a number. Any number will do. Well, M users, yep, definitely 0. So if we do this, it means that somebody's logging on. So we have to give them, we have to reply. So we do an M underscore UDP, and we have to send something. UDPnet, and we send data, and it's a string, so it will be new message, I'm going to call it. Maybe not. It didn't like that for a second. I'm just going to put it as a new message for a second. Length, new message, dot length. Oh right, it doesn't know what it is, so we'll dot length, I'll call it for now. Comma, and the IP address. What have we done with that? We haven't stored it. Okay. But we do have it. But that's the information that we need. Okay. So that's all we needed to know. We didn't need anything after that byte. Alright, okay. So what I can actually do here is put message equals 5 space plus, and it will be UUID MUUID. Does that work? Or do I have to put 2 string or something? Hmm. Hmm. Int value. That's better. UM_UUID. Thank you. I knew I was missing something there. So that means this can be a message now. So message dot length. Yeah. And that's a size. Yeah. I know. I've got to cast it over. And we want it to an int. Static cast int open brackets ulot. And what we're going to do about this IP address, that's going to be fun. Why have I got a squiggly here? What is he on about? Why is this messing me about all the time? I don't know. Right, thank you. What is wrong with that? I don't know. It's just playing its silly buggers. Client source split result 0. I bet I haven't done that right. There we go. Now it can show up. Where am I going to get the IP address from? Where's the IP address being hidden from me? It's being hidden in UDPnet. So it's in there. SDK, MMO, network, H. I don't have the IP address. I will need the IP address. I will just call that m underscore users IP. Doesn't have to be anything special, does it? No, it doesn't. So all I need to do there is go into U. And when we receive data, yeah, before we could do that, or after, doesn't really matter, we can set it to m underscore users IP equals, and it's going to be m underscore packet in, and it's that complete that address. Oh yeah, that's correct, isn't it? That's an IP address. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you. So all I've done there is basically make it oh dear. Accessible, I think the word is. Let's get some drinks going here. I'm falling over. Just making that accessible there. Okay, that's alright. Terminal. Run build task. SDK. Okie dokies. That's done. That's done. This is where I'm working, is it? No. This is where I'm working. Yep. Switch off. Switch on. Thank you. So IP address here just equals m underscore UDP. And it will be colon, is it? No, it's going to be that there. That will work. So that's the data message. Yep, that's the data message. Now m underscore UUID, Universal Unique Identification Number, it stands for, UUID. Plus plus. There we go. So let's increase it by 1. And also users we can increase by 1, can't we? Num users, yeah. Num users, there you go. Fantastic. So, that's looking a bit better. Hopefully that should stop message spamming, unless we spam the message 5 all the time, which we're not going to. Oh no, it'll still spam the received data part, won't it? Okay. We've got to stop the spam next. We know it's working. Let's get some black, fizzy, burpy liquid. There it is. And let's see what we can do about stopping that spam. I think we'll just ask it to stop altogether. So under close, close, I'm happy with that. That was server. Yep, that's running nicely. Windows isn't giving me any problems at all today, funnily enough. It usually does. It usually gives me plenty of problems. Let's stop the spam out, which is sending a message. It's that one there. Yeah, we'll just take that out for a second, just to stop the spammage. Otherwise it's just going to put 2 plus UUID. Oh, I want to do it once, don't I? Okay, I can do that. Right, what I'm going to do is a little cheeky thing. So, if m_user is ready, we will do send. Oh, lovely. Thank you for that. And then we'll just put him to unready. m_user, just so it does it once. Is ready equals false. That just stops it spamming. Because we're not sending another 5, we're sending 2s there. So we should be able to see that happen. And then to make it run properly, all we do is take that off, that line out. Excellent, that should work. Just limit the output. Let's see if we've got it running or not. Yep. It's looking good, actually. I'm quite proud of this today, considering the state I'm in. Oh dear. Oh yeah, if there's any questions, by the way, from anybody watching, don't hesitate, just ask away, I don't mind. Yeah, I think we can try and do this, so let's put the server up. I hope it doesn't go off into spam mode. No, that's looking okay. We'll pop you down here. And let's go over to client and see what happens. Yeah, well, we've moved to there. And message sent 5. There we go. 5-1. Interesting. Why has it done that? How has it done that? I didn't get a message back, did I? I didn't ask it to print, that's why. We haven't done a log on it. And if anybody knows what's happening here, just pop it in chat, would you? 51. No, that's not what we sent. Okay. Yeah. Means that there's some memory not being properly addressed there. So I want to dump out the information now. Need to start tracing the information and finding out what's going on. So let's have a look. So we put that to true, which means string does, and we send it. Let's just do a SDL log here. And just say message to sent. I'll do that. There's something weird going on. I know that. And I'll log that as well. SDL log Message 5 received. And UUID equals, and that will be %s. It's a string. And that is m_user. Go for the bottom one. That one. Okay. That should be okay. Put space there. I think it's because we're not doing that on our number 5. When are we doing our number 5? We're doing our number 5 all the way up here. Let's put space in. That might help. Send length is 2 characters, 2 bytes. And that's okay there. Send, yeah, we've got length going in, haven't we? Yeah, so we're alright with that. Alright, I think we're virtually there on the server side. See if there's anything we can use for information. So, yeah, okay. What we'll do here is just log that we're sending a message. Log sending message plus UUID. That'll do. Anything else I want to put on here? Right, this is spinning round. UDP. I've got no delay on here. Yes, I have. Delay 10. Thank God for that. Message MMO. Split. Yeah. Look at the first result. And it should go straight into here. Just wondering if I should put that to int. That one there. String to int. Oh, wish I was using Qt. Ah, dear. Capacity C begin. Data and data. No. Find length, max size. Ah. No, there isn't. Okay. std colon string to integer to int. No, it's not going for me. I'll just do it that way instead then. Oh well. See if it works that way. I don't trust it with strings because, as you can see, we seem to be getting a little bit more information being passed over than I expected. So let's try and do this, shall we? Let's go for it. Let's just go for it. Client. Server. looking good. I think this is the hardest barrier to get past, is to get your server and client working alongside each other nicely and communicating nicely, so that they're not too far out of sync, as it were. But you're always going to be a frame behind no matter what on display. So we'll address that differently some other time. Okay, let's have a look at the outputs. So 5 received 10, which is correct. UUID equals garbage because I didn't put the command in properly. 2 was sent. 2 was received. It's got that bit of garbage in there. It's got a bit of garbage in there. No idea what that is. I think it's a return character. Yes, it is. It's a return character. Thank you. And I know what it is. So that's looking actually okay if we ignore the return characters anyway, because we're not using them. Usually what we would do is use the return character to find out how long a string is, or something like that. So it could be useful, I suppose. Not in these cases though. So why have we got that before the dotteds? So let's have a look at that server out, just to make sure that it's nothing to concern ourselves with, and that's why we got a rubbish on the other bit. So server out. Message sent, 510, message received. And there's a return character at the beginning. Ah. Yeah, there's something weird going on. I think we're using 2 different systems here. So, message received is coming from there. I think we can remove this one now. Oh, it's working. It's definitely working. So we've got 5s and 2s and stuff being sent and received. So yes, everything looks okay. And we got our UUID. So that's good. But this SDL log here needs to go, because that's going to be spam junction. I'm just thinking that it's going through here so fast that this -1 might just accidentally be that. And also, why has it got the dots there instead of up there? That's why I put it on, to see what was going on. Weird. That is acting weird, but that's SDL, not me. Okay, you're going. You're gone. You're useful. We know it's all working anyway. So there we go. We've improved the communications between the 2 sides. So that's the first part that we've done. Let's see if I can remember where it is. So the Windows fix is obvious. I've done it. We just made it into text instead of uint 8s. As you can see, that's coming through, but that isn't being drawn on top. In fact, I can't tell which one's on top. It looks as though the bloke is. Interesting. I'll have to look at that for a second. Upgrade server client comms. Done. Move towards movement. Now we can move towards movement. Yes. And I think I better leave that to tomorrow. What are we on now? Yeah, because my brain is a bit fuddly-duddly. I'm still in party mode at the moment. And this Coke isn't helping. Let's see. So next, all we need to do now is get rid of excess logs. This doesn't want to do any logging at all, but it's doing its job now. It's now returning us strings. It's sending strings, and we are receiving strings. So our data isn't all over the place. We can also now just rebuild it as well. So I just changed it. So that's SDK, please. So now what we can look at is processing movement. I think, because we've got everything in place now with the number 2. So it switched over to number 2, it's sent and it received happily. Everything worked quite well actually there for once, I must admit. But we now have 20 changes. Yeah, got all these changes, so I want to stop at this point and get that saved, and then get my head together for tomorrow and perform properly in the Blades fashion of making a mess of things tomorrow. Before I do it today, and I don't know what the heck I've done tomorrow by the time I get through to tomorrow. So it's bye for me for now. I'm going to save all this lot out. We've now got everything except the movement done. So tomorrow we're doing movement, full stop, and that's a promise. In the meantime, I'd like you to continue exploring programming and C if you want to use C or other programming languages. And take care. And of course, have fun.